Imagine thinking for 30 years that a man is your father, only to have a family dinner turn into an episode of Jerry Springer real quick. That's exactly what happened to Ms. Lappan, who's now in court to find out if Mr. Lappan, the man she's always called Dad, is actually her biological father. Oh, and if he is, he might be heading back to jail over child support. Buckle up, this one's messy.
Ms. Lappin, you say for the past 30 years, you'd always believed the defendant, Mr. Lappin, was your dad.
Right from the jump, Judge Lauren lays out the stakes. Ms. Lappan grew up believing Mr. Lappan was her dad, but just months ago, someone at a family dinner casually drops, "Well, you don't look like him anyway." Excuse me? Who does that over mashed potatoes? You can feel the heartbreak in Ms. Lappan's voice as she explains the shock.
So, Ms. Lappin, tell me, what happened the night you first learned the defendant may not be your biological father?
She recalls calling her dad the next day, asking if the rumors were true, and Mr. Lappan, who has already spent years in jail over unpaid child support, admits there might have been another man around at the time. You could hear the whole courtroom gasp when Judge Lauren asked, "They gave you a name?" and she calmly said, "Yes." Talk about a plot twist.
Wow. So did you reach out to your father, Mr.
Yes.
And what did you say?
I called him the next day and asked him if it was true, and
Then it gets heavier. Mr. Lappan reveals he spent 4 to 5 years in jail strictly for child support tied to Ms. Lappan. No other crimes, nothing else. Just child support. Imagine sitting in a cell while not even knowing if the child is yours. That's next level tragic.
You believe this young girl was your daughter?
Yes, ma'am. And I've been 4 to 5 years in jail, and it gets rough.
4 to 5.
Judge Lauren digs deeper. She wants to know if Mr. Lappan ever questioned paternity back when Ms. Lappan's mom was pregnant, and he admits he went back, counted the months, and realized he wasn't even around during part of the baby-making timeline. Folks, this man was doing math equations 30 years late, and the math was not mathing.
You could be thrown back in jail again for being behind, and yet you still don't know whether you're her biological father.
True, I don't know if I'm her dad or not.
When Judge Lauren asks if he thinks Ms. Lappan looks like him, he doesn't even hesitate. No ma'am, that's cold. He even points out how his other daughter looks exactly like him, but not Ms. Lappan. The silence in that courtroom could cut glass. Ouch.
So after you learned her mother was pregnant, you went on and married and signed the birth certificate, and you stepped up to be...
And then, Jerome, do your thing. In comes Jennifer Lappan, another daughter, ready to give her side. The second she walks in, the tension spikes. She sits down and calmly states she's here because she wants the truth too. But you can see the worry in her eyes. What if her sister's whole life changes in an instant?
Please be seated. Thank you for joining us. And your name?
Jennifer Lappin.
Mr. Lappin is your father?
Yes.
And you grew up believing Brandy was your sister?
Yes.
So
Jennifer explains that she's always noticed differences between herself and her sister. Different skin tones, different looks, different mannerisms. She's trying to keep it respectful, but you can tell she's low-key saying, "Yeah, sis, you might not be one of us." Talk about sibling awkwardness on blast.
So
what would they say?
it was just things like, "Oh, well, you're the milkman's baby," stuff like that. Then, after so many years, you think something, and then...
Meanwhile, Ms. Lappan is visibly holding back tears. For 30 years, she's called this man Dad. For 30 years, she's carried his last name. And now she has to sit here and listen while everyone debates whether she belongs or not. My heart was breaking right along with hers. Can someone please pass the tissues?
This is a picture we took last week of me, my dad, and my sister.
And you feel like you strongly resemble your father,
Right.
but Brandy does not.
Right.
Judge Lauren tries to lighten the tension by focusing on facts, asking Jennifer if she remembers how their parents' relationship went down. And when Jennifer brings up rumors of their mom seeing another man, boom, more gasps. This family dinner secret is turning into a full-blown buffet of drama.
Yes,
Your
Your Honor.
daughter.
Yes, Your Honor. And here's where I've been paying child support.
Yeah.
I'd go to the courthouse and pay.
Jerome, please pass
I
me
would
that
have
evidence.
it taken out of my paycheck.
Mr. Lappan jumps back in, insisting that friends later told him Ms. Lappan's mother had been with other men. You can just see Judge Lauren's eyebrows shoot up like, "Really? You waited 30 years to say this? Sir, that would have been useful info a few decades ago."
Your support, then you go to jail. Well, even if you had a job, when you go to jail, you lose the job.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you come out of jail, you gotta find another job.
The courtroom mood swings between heartbreak and pure awkwardness. Ms. Lappan is devastated, Jennifer is worried, and Mr. Lappan just looks exhausted from carrying this weight for so long. Even Judge Lauren looks like she's holding back her own emotions. Folks, this is Paternity Court at its rawest.
Down.
I did let them down, and I'm sorry. I wish I'd never left. I wasn't worried about what their mom had to say. And then I wouldn't have messed I wouldn't have miss opera.
And then, it's time. Cue the drum roll. Judge Lauren opens the DNA envelope, and the whole courtroom goes silent. You can practically hear hearts pounding. Is Mr. Lappin the biological father, or has this man spent years in jail for a child that isn't even his?
Their father, but also my 4 children.
And to be clear, you all are in a relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
26.
And here it is. Cue the drum roll. Judge Lake is ready to reveal the DNA results. The wait is finally over. This is what we have all been waiting for. Who is the father of the child? I guess the DNA results is about to give us that answer. I hope you guys are ready.
Pertains to Jennifer. In the case of Lappin versus Lappin, when it comes to Jennifer Lappin, Mr. Richard Lappin, you are her father.
Imagine coming to paternity court thinking you're raising your daughter with love, only to find out mom admits she might have also been with your friend. That's the nightmare Mr. Robinson is facing today. Ms. Shank is in court, trying to prove he's the father of her little girl, Serenity, but the catch? She admits she may have gotten pregnant by someone else. Talk about drama overload.
Miss Shank, you claim that when your daughter Serenity turned 2, Mr. Robinson began to doubt paternity.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right away, Robinson explains that he was there for everything. Doctor's visits, the birth, you name it. He was playing full-time dad without hesitation. And then, boom, Ms. Shank drops the bomb 5 months into pregnancy. She had also been with his friend. Y'all, the man's face says it all. Betrayal and disbelief rolled into one.
As it relates.
Well, Your Honor, up 2 years of Serenity's life, I was there for her and Mrs. Shank until...
Judge Lauren can barely believe what she's hearing. She asks Ms. Shank straight up if this is true, and Ms. Shank calmly admits it. Yes, she was with another guy. Yes, the condom broke, and yes, it could be his. Girl, you can feel the air leave the courtroom. Who admits this so casually?
I didn't know. When I first found out I was pregnant, he was there, like he said. We were in the on and off.
But here's where things get even messier. Robinson only found out because he saw a text Ms. Shank sent her cousin saying there was a 50-50 chance he wasn't the dad. Can you imagine scrolling through Bay's phone and finding that? I mean, that's the kind of text that ruins lives.
5 months into my pregnancy, he had went through my phone and seen a text message I had sent to my cousin.
And when Judge Lauren presses her, Ms. Shank says it just didn't add up. Excuse me? How does being pregnant by either your man or his friend not add up? Judge Lauren's eyebrows alone could cut through glass here. She's not buying it.
Well,
It didn't add up. It didn't add up, Your Honor.
what do you mean it didn't add up? It
The
did
time-
add up because you wouldn't have written that text if you didn't think that.
The whole courtroom is watching Ms. Shank squirm, and Robinson looks like he's trying not to explode. Judge Lauren basically says, "So you told him he was the father for months until he caught you." And Mrs. Shank nods. Y'all, even Jerome the bailiff looked shook.
Cousin, you were replaying it in your mind?
You can say that, yes.
Okay, so when the baby was born, you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
So
I was
after
there.
she told you, you said,
Despite all this, Robinson stayed. He was at the hospital, signed the birth certificate, did the diapers and late-night feedings, but you can see the pain in his eyes. This man feels like his whole role as a dad is hanging by a thread. Honestly, can someone pass him a hug?
Through the birth, I was there.
there at the hospital.
Yes, ma'am. I was there through her whole pregnancy. I was there through her birth certificate. My name is on it.
And then now you have this beautiful little girl.
Then Judge Lauren digs deeper. When the baby came late, did you ever think maybe this child wasn't Robinson's? And Ms. Shank hesitates. Before finally admitting yes, it crossed her mind. The hesitation in her voice speaks louder than her words. Talk about awkward.
5 months.
I found out that she was having the other guy tested, or she wanted to get tested and didn't have me tested.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court,
Things get rocky quickly when Robinson explains how much this betrayal cut him. He talks about how he bonded with Serenity, his little girl, or at least he thought so. His voice cracks, and the heartbreak is palpable. You could cut this tension with a knife.
Serenity differently than your other child.
Yes.
Explain.
He'll call and talk to my son. Sometimes he'll talk to her.
By now, Judge Lauren is visibly frustrated. She reminds Ms. Shank that this isn't just about adult mistakes, this is about a child who needs clarity. And watching Robinson's face, you can see he's praying those DNA results will finally give him peace.
That's TMI for a child. So now your son looks at your daughter and says, that's not your daddy. And she's brokenhearted.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I want to hear from your witness. Ma'am, please step up.
Fast forward to the DNA test reveal, and the courtroom is dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. Judge Lauren takes a long pause, and you just know hearts are about to shatter. Cue the drum roll.
Serenity's biological father.
I know where he is, but I don't think he's willing to.
So a lot's riding on this result today because...
And here it is. Cue the drum roll. Judge Lake is ready to reveal the DNA results. The wait is finally over. This is what we have all been waiting for. Who is the father of the child? I guess the DNA results is about to give us that answer. I hope you guys are ready.
Versus Robinson when it comes to 2-year-old Serenity Shank. Jamario Robin is her father.
Mr. Hill has paid over $50,000 in child support for 18-year-old Thoman, but today, he's in court saying he doesn't even believe he's the dad. Y'all, imagine paying all that money while side-eyeing your kid the whole time. Meanwhile, Ms. Harris swears up and down that Hill is the father because, in her words, the boy looks exactly like him.
Mr. Hill, you have petitioned the court for years to get a DNA test on Ms. Harris's 18-year-old son, Thoman.
Right away, Mr. Hill claims that Ms. Harris cheated with someone else during their relationship. He insists she even admitted it multiple times. But Ms. Harris claps back immediately, calling him a flat-out liar. Already, the courtroom is sizzling with, he said, she said.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, why don't you think he's yours?
Basically, she had sexual intercourse with somebody else.
Excuse me,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
Judge Lauren tries to cut through the noise, asking why Mr. Hill thinks he's not the father. Hill tells this wild story about some guy on the street trying to fight him, yelling he was the real dad. Excuse me? You know your life is messy when random street fights are part of your paternity story.
So you're saying she told you she slept with
On
somebody else?
numerous different occasions.
All right, but the point is when you were in your relationship,
Ms. Harris isn't having it. She says the whole time Hill was actually happy, proud even, telling everyone, that's my baby, when Thoman was born. She even says he cut the umbilical cord. And you know what? That visual of him hollering across a store, that's my baby, is pure gold.
of the event.
I got pregnant, first in the delivery room. He was so happy talking about he didn't want to sign a birth
Excuse me, Your
certificate.
Honor.
But Hill swears he always had doubts. He says Harris would disappear on phone calls, stay on hold for minutes, and basically left him thinking she was out running around. You can tell Judge Lauren isn't convinced yet. She leans in with that classic, face.
Mine was conceived.
The always on the phone. I'm talking to her. She put me on hold 5-10 minutes, something like that.
Then comes the money drama. Hill says he's been paying child support faithfully, hundreds of dollars every 2 weeks. Yet Harris wasn't even showing up to court when he tried requesting DNA tests. If you've ever felt broke, imagine being broke and unsure if the kid is even yours.
These child just came. You never had that.
Different
You are
occasions.
amazed, happy because this was your first
Honor,
child.
different occasions. I'm at court. She's nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found.
Enter Ms. Harris's mother, Ms. Holmes, and whew, she comes in hot. She looks Mr. Hill dead in the face and says, "Are you blind? Do you see him? He looks exactly like you." The shade, the sass. Grandma is not here to play.
Thank you, Ms. Holmes, for joining us today. What do you know about this?
Mr. Hill, you need to be ashamed of yours. You! Are you blind, Chris?
Judge Lauren then turns to Thoman himself. And y'all, grab the tissues. He says he's always believed Mr. Hill was his dad. Never knew otherwise. But he admits he doesn't have any real memories of a father in his life. The sadness in his voice? Heartbreaking stuff.
And I know this is hard for you to listen to, all these adults just arguing back and forth, but I want to understand from your perspective.
Thoman even says he feels left out, seeing his friends with their dads. I mean, can we talk about the gut punch? The camera cuts to Hill, and you can see the guilt washing over him, like he finally realizes the damage all this doubt has done.
I just feel like he should be there. He should have been there my whole life. I should remember him through my life, and I don't.
Your Honor, can I speak?
I hope you say something of value.
I did try to have a relationship with Thoman.
But Hill tries to defend himself, saying whenever he reached out, it was all about money. Judge Lauren isn't buying it. She calls him out directly. 18 years and all you have are excuses? Ouch. The gavel may as well have smacked his ego right there.
Money.
He was alive before Facebook was even created. I don't want to hear no excuses. 18 years.
Look, I told
Thoman, did you bring the messages to you?
I gave my number.
Then Ms. Harris pulls out the height argument. She says the man Hill accused her of cheating with was tall, over 6 feet, while Hill is shorter, and her son ended up closer to Hill's height. She's basically doing courtroom math on genetics. Even Judge Lauren looked like, well, she's got a point.
If you brought something,
Yes.
absolutely. I would like to see some evidence that makes sense this mess.
This is the alleged person that he claimed.
By this point, Judge Lauren is fed up. She tells both parents that the only one truly hurting here is Thoman, this young man who spent his whole life believing he had a father, but instead got stuck in an 18-year mess. The room goes quiet.
Listen. Are you all understanding that the only person really hurting this is Thoman?
And now, the big moment. Judge Lauren picks up the envelope. The tension is thick. She reads the results. In the case of Hill versus Harris, pertaining to 18-year-old Thoman, let's see the results.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listing.
Immediately, Hill breaks down. He turns to Thoman, apologizes through tears for not being there, and asks for forgiveness. Then, hug time. After 18 years of doubt, the truth finally sets this family free. Talk about a paternity court classic.
Can I say something, Your Honor? Can I say
I
something,
think you
Your
owe
Honor?
my son an apology.
Excuse me. That's exactly what I'm finna do. Tomorrow, I apologize.
This case kicks off with pure chaos. Ms. Lima admits she had an affair with Mr. Anderson, who just so happens to be married with 5 kids. And now, she claims he's the father of her baby girl. Judge Lauren wastes no time pointing out the obvious. This whole courtroom is about to explode.
Ms. Lima, you admit to making a huge mistake and hope it doesn't affect your baby. Christina, you had an affair with Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson tries to downplay the whole thing, calling it a mistake from one bad argument with his wife. Sir, you don't bring roses, book hotel rooms, and sneak women into your house for a one-night stand. The way Mrs. Anderson's face hardens? Woo, she's ready to throw her whole shoe at him.
Went out to dinner and we got a hotel room that night. We had sex.
Your Honor, just one moment, ma'am.
We was planning a trip to go on a trip.
Then Ms. Lima drops her bomb. She says this wasn't no fling. It was a full-on relationship for 2 years, weekends included. And she even went to his house and described the furniture to Mrs. Anderson. The courtroom gasps, and honestly, I gasp too. How do you explain that, sir?
And I want my marriage to work, but
And
it
I
started.
see your wife next to you, and I feel her pain.
Me and my wife, we had a bad, argument, and and I decided to go out.
Judge Lauren goes in. She's like, "You've got this woman describing your house." And Mr. Anderson, caught red-handed, finally admits, okay, yes, it wasn't just one night. Y'all, this man lied so hard at first, even Pinocchio would have said, "Calm down, bro."
And
So, let me be clear. You say this only happened this one night.
One night. It was a one-night stand.
You never saw her again.
Never saw her again.
And just when you think it can't get worse, Ms. Lima confesses she was also sleeping with another man during the same time. Judge Lauren literally has to pause and say, "So you were with both men without protection? You could cut the tension with a knife, and Mrs. Anderson looks like she wants to cut him with one too."
I went to his family at first. I couldn't contact him, so I went to his family and I got rejected by them. So I was like, well, that really hurted me. So I was just like, well, let me move.
When Mrs. Anderson speaks, the whole courtroom feels her heartbreak. She breaks down saying she's been with her husband for a decade, built a whole life, and now she's blindsided with this. Her pain is raw. She calls out both of them for disrespecting her marriage. You can hear the strength and the anger in her voice.
Your Honor. And just the
And children?
5. Come on,
At what point did you hear there was potentially a baby?
But the drama ain't done yet. Jerome brings in the other possible father, Cameron Scott. The crowd is shook. This man strolls in like, "Yup, I might be the daddy too." The way Mrs. Anderson turned to her husband, you could feel that glare through the TV screen.
Typical.
Thank you for joining us, sir. State your name for the court.
Cameron Scott.
Mr. Scott, thank you for being here. Ms. Lima has told us she was
Mr. Scott tells his side, met Ms. Lima at a gas station, took her out on Valentine's Day, and yes, slept with her too. And when she told him she was pregnant, she admitted right then it could be his O.R. Anderson's. He was even at doctor's appointments. Meanwhile, Mr. Anderson was ghosting like a Wi-Fi signal in the basement.
All right, and when did you find out she was pregnant?
I found out about 3 months later. She was already about.
The two men go back and forth, each denying responsibility, while Ms. Lima just sits there saying she hopes Mr. Anderson is the dad because he's more stable. Girl, stable? He's out here juggling mistresses, sneaking around, lying to his wife, and you call that stable? Even Judge Lauren almost laughed.
Mr. Anderson.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
How would she think her daughter looks like some of your children if she's never seen mean?
She must be passing by and
No.
stalking, stuff like that.
No.
Oh my God.
Passing by?
Finally, Judge Lauren says what we're all thinking. Mr. Anderson, this is beyond a mess. This is a nightmare. And the only way out? DNA results. You could feel the whole courtroom lean forward in suspense.
No.
What we need to do here is figure out the truth because Mr. Anderson, you have...
The first envelope, results for Cameron Scott. Judge Lauren reads it out, and boom, the courtroom cannot believe their ears. It's almost as if Judge Lauren said the unthinkable. Let's break the suspense, shall we? Here are the results.
Jerome, why don't you take a stand right in the middle of the aisleway? We know this can be emotional. Let's all just try to...
Now the big one. Judge Lauren opens the second envelope for Mr. Anderson. The tension? Off the charts. Mrs. Anderson is clutching her seat, eyes locked. Jerome even positions himself in case anybody falls out.
Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. Pertaining to whether Mr. Anderson...
And here it is. Cue the drum roll. Judge Lake is ready to reveal the DNA results. The wait is finally over. This is what we have all been waiting for. Who is the father of the child? I guess the DNA results is about to give us that answer. I hope you guys are ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are not her father.
The final shot is pure devastation. Ms. Lima left with no answer, Mr. Anderson drowning in shame, and Mrs. Anderson standing strong after enduring it all. Judge Lauren tells Ms. Lima to figure her life out for her daughter, because this child deserves better than this chaos.
As well, but it wasn't for you. It was for your wife. You know you need to be... I don't know what you're gonna say or what you're gonna do or